We actually got up a few levels there. Like we're all around level 7, level 8. It's pretty good. So here, we finally get introduced to the, well, they don't really have a name, just the resistance, just the regular humans who fight for their right.
Hey, what's...
Move! Out of my way!
Hey, stay back!
So while this cutscene plays, I'll check the recording. Make sure everything's all good. Awesome, it is.
It's Fred! He must have beat those Karma Society
Alright.
guys!
That's not possible.
It's our secret signal! It has to be him!
Also, I'm pretty sure that girl's voice actress is the same voice the 4Kids voice actress for Tails. The Sonic Mythos. I think. So, who's this guy? He seems pretty important. He drinks.
They'll get through eventually.
He's voiced by Kirk Thornton, which is always a pleasure. Yeah, he gets some pretty good talent in DDS2 in particular. I don't know what guns are gonna do against, you know, demons. Considering in the game they're useless, but oh well, I suppose. So how did?
Thanks to us, you can go back to sitting on your asses all day.
Also, Fred's mouth wasn't moving then. But how did Fred and what's his name get through there in the first place? Why do they get through there?
Captured.
The guy that they captured.
Excuse me. Would you happen to know Cielo?
Cielo.
You know Cielo?
I do. He's safe with us. I'm Roland of Lokapala.
So, oh, they were called Lokapala, that's right. But yeah, this is Roland. Decently important character in this game. Also, what's the song that's playing here? It's still playing Human Hunting. I guess we're still considered in the area. There we go, now we're in a different area. The Underground City. Now it plays its own theme. Also, yes, there's a rejuvenating light. I was right. We're not as strong as before. Yeah, I can tell. Surf, when we left the junkyard, did you feel forced out somehow? I want to say my body was overwritten. Does that make sense? I understand it. I think that's why we can't remember skills we learned there. Sarah lost her memory too when she came to the junkyard. Could it be the result of something happening that wasn't supposed to? Interesting stuff there. Wish that was, you know, wish that was set in a cutscene. Where's Gale? Oh, Gale's over here, I think. Right? Yeah, there's Gale. It seems like the people here do not possess Atma powers. The Karma Society divides people into two groups, protect and don't protect. They think of us as food. Yes, obviously, because they are infected with the Atma virus, or Atma abilities, they also feel the need to rend, slaughter, and devour their enemies. You know? Devour or be devoured. And they feel that too. Lokapala is actually an interesting name. It's from some India country, or something. It means guardians of the gods. Think that's relevant? Absolutely relevant, because it'll be stuff to do with, you know, Buddhism and a lot of, you know, this game takes a lot of inspiration from that. Well, more so the first game. In this game, there's much less of that. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, honestly. Aside from Lokapala. But anyway, in here is the Mad Mind. Just setting things up. Please come back later. God damn it. I wanted to go in there now. trying to avoid eye contact. But why? Don't understand. Alright, so all signs are pointing to us to go here now. So I think you don't get to leave if you go up to the north. You fought the Karma Society? There's only 3 of you. Stay away. Alright, we heading here? Lokapolkadots is planning an attack on the Karma Society, but they're all talk. I was expecting a buff demon guy. I didn't think I'd trust my life to a leader like you. Whatever. Roland's getting tired of waiting for you. I can tell you one of them just by looking at you. What's happening to the world? Ideal. Why is he named? Before we take you to Cielo, I'd like to have a word with you. Sure? So this is a decently long cutscene, so sit down.
I hope Fred wasn't much trouble. I became his guardian after his father died.
It's just weird seeing the characters sit down on
Where is Cielo?
couches. Although I suppose there was
Well,
that one piece of promotional art with
we
all the main
thought the
characters
society
sitting
sent
on the
it.
couch from the first game.
Your friends nearby.
What is this?
You know, you don't seem artificial.
What do you mean?
So this is a revelation right here.
Take a look.
And prepare to feel invalidated by the experiences of the junkyard right here.
The junkyard?
Actually, it's called Asura Project, Stage 1. It's a VR designed for urban warfare.
Huh? What's that mean?
You guys, and that world you were in, are programs the Cyber Shaman created for the Society.
Yeah.
Dude, you seriously need to lay off the booze.
The Asura Project. It was designed to develop combat enhancement AI, to be implanted in live soldiers. You were going to be programmed into microchips. Stage 1 is a coliseum for selecting the most effective AI. It's a purgatory born of wisdom that man stole from God.
The war will escalate. God has cursed us all.
Get a flashback to
Yes.
Ginana here.
God.
And
30
God.
years ago, at the end of the 20th century, crises erupted worldwide. Mutated pathogens, abnormal weather patterns, collapsed ecosystems, and the QVA syndrome. Historically, a genius always emerges in troubled times. 10 years ago, one such individual found the source of these problems. Jenna Angel.
That would be Angel.
She was part of the
Well, her first name is
International
Jenna.
Environmental Stabilization Committee.
It's her.
But your hopes and beliefs are utterly worthless.
She stated the disasters were caused by data from the sun. Hidden discreetly within its rays, the sun, a gigantic body of accumulated data. She said he was there from the beginning, influencing Earth and its development. That places him on God's level.
Gale pushes up the glasses that he doesn't have.
God have to do with us?
Man is God's accursed son. We use our knowledge to find new ways of killing. The Society was formed to survive our tribulation, but the army corrupted it, and you were created. However, knowledge alone cannot create a perfect AI.
The Cyber Shaman?
I just dropped the controller.
You said she
My bad.
created us.
A medium between God and man. She is the only one with the ability to extract data from God, the Society's very foundation.
Sarah works for the Society? We risked our lives for her. You're saying none of that matters?
You can't fight your program.
You're saying none of that matters can be
Sarah cared about
pointed
us.
to the whole situation of
An artist can feel love
DDS1.
for her
Everything in the
masterpiece
junkyard
sometimes.
Shut up!
essentially didn't really matter.
Calm yourself. Tell me, how did you learn of all this?
We have a mole in the Society.
How can you verify the information's authenticity?
This disk of composite data, we received it just before you arrived. A complex electromagnetic wave pattern. Our test subject became a demon like you. And then, of course, there's your existence. God, shaman. We have to believe.
Also, I noticed that cut to black. This is a different VMU. File size is getting too big, I suppose.
Here's a question. Do you know what happened in the Karma Society 5 years ago? Would you like to? Colonel Terrence E. Beck. He claimed that you had all died.
Colonel
according to
Beck,
Cielo.
yeah. Seem familiar? It's Varen.
That is not his face.
Back then, he oversaw the Asura project. He died when God went mad. A man who died in this world claims an AI killed him. Doesn't make sense. You and Varen are supposed to be programs. Something happened that day. Only the cyber shaman knows the truth, linking you to the Society.
Get to the point. What is it you want?
Bring us the cyber shaman. It's her fault that there are orphans like Fred. But without the shaman's power, we have no hope.
And in exchange,
We'll give you the infiltration route and all necessary supplies.
So this is ideal.
while Cielo remains captive, unacceptable.
What?
You mentioned a test subject who became like us. We need manpower.
You're saying you want us to become monsters?
A slip of the tongue. I did not ask you to accompany us, unless the test subject cannot. You killed him. Is that true? Roland?
He could have lost control. We had to.
This is nothing but coercion. You have no honor.
How dare you slander us?
It may be true that we become frightful monsters. However, the people of the junkyard fought for their very survival.
Oh yeah. This game really plays up the connection
I will
between
not accept that it was all just an illusion.
Argila and Ginana and Lupa and Gale.
You were the people of Nirvana. Lupa died in vain.
Yeah, so our heroes are justifiably angry because we fought for survival for this, you know,
I see. You needn't say anything.
said the writers.
We will agree to your terms. Not to help you, but for Sarah's sake, and for Fred.
Gale!
Take care of Cielo.
So Roland's a little shocked. So obviously we've just gone, no thanks. Go get Sarah. Keeps yellow. So yeah, quite a few revelations there. You know, we are all just data who are, you know, in a project. Our training was all just supposed to be supplemented into real soldiers until something happened and Sarah ended up in the junkyard. We all gained emotions. We weren't supposed to, obviously, because we were just supposed to, because you notice in the beginning of the game when everyone's just mindless soldiers, you know, just training themselves in combat because, you know, they were just used for combat. You know, their data was supposed to be implanted into the Karma Society soldiers. The underground tunnel should take you to a closed-off underground block of Karma City. Our informant should be there with further details. Obtain the hacking disk. You'll be able to access the Karma Society's database from the terminals. I heard you need to use it to download Mantra or something. Obtain medical kit 2 and a frigid shot. Alright. This is pretty valuable, but I'll let you have it. Now hurry up and earn it. Alright. So, well, I'll just equip the ammo to Argilla. But, yeah, we've quite the revelation there. Don't feel like I'd lose to you guys. Are you scared? Alright, so things are a little tense between the Lokapola and us, but let's see what Argilla has to say. What do you think Heat would say if he heard that? What about us? What are we supposed to do if it's true? Yeah, Heat would absolutely, you know, freak out hearing about all this. He wouldn't have it. There's Cuvier syndrome during the day, and the Karma Society's hunts at night. I'm tired of living in fear. I wish I'd died 5 years ago. Yeah, so 5 years ago is when, you know, this crazy stuff started happening. Or more so, you know, like the sun became a black hole sun, or just the black sun. I think that was 5 years ago, because they also mentioned that stuff happened at the end of, you know, during the 90s. This game takes place during the 2020s. I think this game takes place during 2025 in particular. And yeah, around 95 is when stuff started going haywire. And in 2020, I guess, you know, 2020 stuff just started falling apart in particular. If we cannot find Sarah, they may be desperate enough to harm Cielo. We should do what we can. See, I'm guessing, you know, all the crazy weather patterns and natural disasters and just Earth falling apart because of the sun's stuff started happening in 95. By using the hacking disk on the terminal, mantras became available for download, finally, again. And in 2020, what's the name? The sun became the black sun. You know, thus turning every human exposed to it to stone. So here we have the new mantra system. View the mantra group tutorial. I don't need to, but I'll do it just for the sake of explaining. Alright. So, you can download and equip mantra here. Each hexagon on the grid represents a mantra. The blue shiny mantras can be purchased by accumulating AP from battle you master a mantra and learn its associated skills, blah blah blah, we know that. Now here's the interesting part, because this works differently from the first game. Once mastered, a mantra will change colour, and surrounding mantras become available. Yeah, meaning that, you know, it's not a linear pathway like it was in the first game. Instead, in this game, you know, you finish a mantra and all surrounding mantras become available, and, you know, move over to the next surrounding mantra. It might be, see here, this one would be like Bufu and stuff like that. A surrounding one might be Zan, you know? So you can essentially skip mantra tiers sometimes in this game, which is really neat. Also, the mantra music in this game is great. It's so good, I love this song. Purple Mantra, however, cannot be unlocked by simply mastering an adjacent mantra. Purple Mantra can only be accessed when all 6 adjacent mantras are mastered. Note that the adjacent mantras do not need to be mastered by the same character. Yeah, so say Gale is to the left of this Purple Mantra and, masters his mantra, and eventually we Surf gets the one to the left and right there, and Gale gets the other 2, then we can access the Purple Mantra, so that's awesome. Also, Mutual Karma is in one of the Purple Mantras. Don't remember which one it is, but we need it. So, we haven't mastered that, but I think the game's just doing this to show us. Boost magic, hell yeah, we need to master that. By doing that, that unlocks this. Esoteric 1. I think that's Mutual Karma. Group effort is the key to unlocking these Purple Mantra. Not all of these are useful, some are, but some, by the time you get them, won't be that useful. By the time you're late in the game. Also, you can view the entire grid by pressing the square button. You can see which mantras are mastered by the selected character, and which are mastered by others. You can switch between characters by pressing the L1 and R button. L1 and R1 buttons. And by getting to the edge, you unlock more mantras. Master mantras to learn powerful skills and unlock new mantras. You can access this tutorial anytime you press select. Alright, so yeah, because we've mastered those, we get to access the surrounding ones. Alright, so which one was Esoteric 1? Oh, it's not going to tell us, is it? Damn it. Alright, so that's a cool name. Bikuni. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but yeah, we have access to buffs already. Ooh. So I'm trying to think of who I want to get buffs, actually, because it's because I want a lot more people to have buffs in this game, or different characters to have buffs in this game. I don't want to change up the movesets too much from the previous game, just because, it's just useful to know what they already had. Anyway, we can move on to Mabufu here if we want, or we can move on to Agi. But we can't actually use any of that yet because we have no money. So let's go get some.